we're going to initiate a hearing to show our evaluation is appropriate, or the school system can pay for the independent education evaluation. If the public agency at a hearing shows that its evaluation is appropriate, parents can still get an independent education evaluation, but not at the public expense. So, one of the things that I ask during evaluations, I ask during behavior problems, I ask when children aren't making progress, is where's the data? Special education services for a child should be based on data, not opinion. Evaluation data provides the basis for providing increasing, decreasing, or even discontinuing special education services. Evaluation data are also used to determine a child's placement and the goals and objectives or benchmarks that form the basis for instruction. One of the most useful questions you can ask when you have questions or concerns about recommendations made for your child's program is, where's the data? Any instructional recommendations, proposals to increase or decrease services, proposed placement in an alternative setting, or anything similar to that should be supported by data that establishes the need. Transition from early intervention to preschool programs. Children in early intervention programs must experience, the law says, must experience a smooth and effective transition to preschool programs. I bet I'm talking to the choir that y'all know this. By the third birthday of the child, or an IEP or IFSP, in some states they continue the IFSP, must be in effect. Each local education agency will participate in transition planning conferences with the lead agency. These are all things in the law. I can give you the sections of the law if you need them. The individual family service plan, birth through 3 years, is family-centered. Multiple agencies work together with one person a lot of the time. It's coordinated. 3 to 5 is a little bit less organized. It's by state policy. The parent agrees. There's an IEP. There was an evaluation. There's just different parts to it. Back to my question. Is it true that students enrolled in private schools can be evaluated for free? Yep. The local public school district is required to perform child find duties and evaluate any child suspected of needing special education services in their district, even in private school, even if they're homeschooled, even if they haven't started school yet. The local district shall ensure that all students with exceptionalities residing in the district, including students with exceptionalities who are homeless, or wards of the state, and students with exceptionalities attending private schools, regardless of the severity of their disability, and who require special education and related services, are identified, located, and evaluated. If your child's attending a private school and you'd like to have him or her evaluated, you should first check with your school to see if they have someone there that handles referrals to Child Find. If not, contact Child Find directly. Remember to keep copies of documentation and document phone calls as well. It just helps you keep things organized and helps keep your timeline straight. Can the school use my private evaluation to expedite the evaluation process? Sure. The school district can consider, and should consider, any documentation you provide, including in private evaluation, when the school is referred to SBLC. But most private evaluations don't meet all the requirements outlined in Bulletin 1508, the Pupil Appraisal Handbook. Therefore, the school district will probably want to at least do a partial evaluation, but often they just go ahead and do a complete evaluation. How long do you think the school system has to complete an evaluation? The school system has 60 business days to start and finish an evaluation. School systems can ask for extensions, but parents have to agree to the extensions. How do I know if my child qualifies? A determination meeting. The team attends a determination meeting. The team includes the parents, and they review all the information gathered during the evaluation. After reviewing the information and the data, the team will determine if the child meets the definition of a child with a disability. So that team should include the parent, regular education teacher, and a special education teacher. The LEA representative, they call that the ODR, officially designated representative, somebody that can talk and interpret evaluation results, others that have knowledge or expertise, and ever when appropriate, the child. For future IEP meetings, attendance isn't necessary when an IEP team member's area is not modified or discussed. A team member might be excused from attendance when the parent and the agency consent to it, and the team member still submits an input in writing to the parent and the team about the child's grades, the child's attitude, academics. There's usually a form. IEP components. First and foremost is the present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. Use a breath, meant to try and keep my voice organized. The present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. That's about how the disability